Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to do like an easy fall makeup look using all products under $10. Actually, most of these products are $5 or under. That's originally what I wanted to do, but then as I started picking products, I didn't have a product for every category that was $5 or under, so I had to do 10. But most are under 5. Wish I could wink. I just look stupid. I just thought I would do this easy, fun fall makeup look. Let's just get started. So I got eyelash extensions, if you guys couldn't tell, and I've literally been loving them, and they looked even better when I first got them done. It's been about a week and a half now, but they still look really good. I was kind of nervous, like they'd start looking stupid as they started falling out, but they still look really good. So yeah, my mom actually did them. So if you're in the area and you want lash extensions, she's doing them for really affordable. And I mean, I think she did a great job. I'll have her Instagram down below so you guys can check that out. So I'm going to start off with my brows. This is the Ulta Brow Powder Duo. I use these on all my clients just because they're affordable and it gives like a natural framed brow. If you guys watch my videos, you know I normally use the Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder. So this is a great affordable dupe. I'm taking the shade Espresso. I'm just going to lightly fill in my brows. I'm not doing anything dark. I like a more natural brow. So I'm just trying to fill them in and just get like that color in there. And then I do spoolie it out to kind of diffuse that powder a little more too. So you could see it just defines the brow. Okay, brows are done for now. I'm going to take some concealer and just clean them up real quick, and I'm also going to use the concealer to prime my eyes. So for today's look, I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild Color Icon Eyeshadow 10 Pan palette, and the quality of these is really good. I think I've used them in a video before. So I'm taking the Rosé in the Air palette, and I'm going to take the transition shade right here. I'm taking a Morphe M441. I'm just going to tap this into my crease. And like always, I did not set this concealer, so that is why I'm using a tapping motion first. So I'm gonna stay with a more neutral eye look today because I want the lip to be the center of attention, and I want this to more be like an everyday fall look. The palette I'm using honestly is like a perfect fall palette. You get your oranges, your burgundy, your pinks. So this is like a really great palette for fall. Honestly looks a lot like the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Next, I'm taking the other transition shade in the palette right here on a Morphe M443. So this is a lot more narrow of a brush, and we're gonna focus this color more into the crease. I'm gonna kind of flick it out as well at the outer corner here. These shadows literally blend so easily. Like you don't have to put a lot of effort in to blend them. They're building well and they look great. So I'm taking this dark brown in this palette, and I'm just gonna take it just a little bit. I don't want this to be a really dark eye look because again, I want the lips to be the center of attention, but I'm just gonna lightly take this just to add a little bit of definition in the outer corner here. And I'm using a really small brush for this. This is a Luxie 237. Morphe also has detailed blending brushes if you want a little more of an affordable brush. Packing this in a little bit and just buffing it out and flicking it out and up. I'm also going to take it lightly through the rest of the crease just to add a tiny bit of definition, but I don't want it to be dark. And in the inner corner here, we're going to bring it a little bit higher. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is I'm taking the concealer again, and I'm not necessarily going to be cutting the crease. I'm just going to be packing it on here because I'm going to put a matte white shade and I want it to be really clean. If we put it right on top of these brown shadows, it's going to be a little bit messy. So I'm just lightly kind of stamping some concealer on here. Where you do want to focus this the most though is right in your crease here, which is why we wanted to take that dark brown a little bit higher. This is going to create a little bit more of an open eye effect. Just like that. So you can see it's a little bit higher. Doesn't need to be perfect. It's going to widen the eye, as you can feel like you can tell too. This eye is a lot more open than this one. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I'm taking the same brush. I'm taking the matte white in the palette right here. And I'm just going to pack that right on top. Okay, now I'm going back in with that dark brown really, really lightly. And just making sure it's a nice blend between the two on the outer corner here. I'm kind of going to drag it in. It's like an eyeliner shape as I'm buffing it in. So like right here, so that this comes to a little bit more of a point. We're going to take a flat liner brush. This is the Morphe M432. Taking that same dark brown, and I'm going to press this along the lash line and kind of make a winged liner with it. I am going to take the same little blending brush we've been using and just kind of soften it up a tiny bit. So that is the completed look for the eyes. I mean, for now, I'll finish them off once I'm done with the face, but let's get started with that. For primer, I'm going to be taking the Milani Prime Light Face Primer. This is really like one of the only drugstore primers that I like. The only other one that I like is the Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot Primer, but that one I think is over $10. For foundation today, I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. So for concealer, I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and I have two shades. I have light medium beige and light ivory. This is also what I used for my eyeshadow primer and everything. I'm going to take the darker one first and see what that looks like, and then maybe mix in a little bit of the lighter one. Yeah, I'm going to add in a little bit of the lighter shade. I'm gonna cream contour. I wanted to use something different, so I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C15. I figured I would use this. I've had it and I haven't used it before for cream contour, so I figured why not use it for this video. So I feel like I don't need a lot. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my cheek and stamp it out. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean it up with some more concealer, but wow, I can't believe how pigmented that concealer is. I'm gonna clean this up. There we go. That looks much better. Okay, so now to set everything in place, I don't have a drugstore loose setting powder. Instead, I'm going to be taking this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Dulce de Leche. And I'm going to be taking this shade right here as my setting powder. So I'm just going to use my sponge, dip into the powder, and set my under eye. Now for the rest of the face and to even out the skin tone because I look crazy right now, I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder in the shade Golden Tan. I'm just going to take a large stippling brush, just press this into the rest of my skin. The only area I'm not going over is like my under eye area because I want to keep that really, really bright. For bronzer today, I'm going to be taking the e.l.f. bronzer palette. So I'm going to go in with this shade, the lightest one in the palette, using this Wet n Wild bronzer brush from the Fire and Ice collection. Could also use the bronzers in the Wet n Wild contouring palette, but I feel like those are too dark for me right now, so I wanted to use this instead. I'm also going to take the shade to contour my nose. I like how that looks. I'm going to take the other Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is the Caramel Toffee one. Has a banana shade in it, which if you can't tell, I love. So I'm going to use that to clean up my nose contour. Just going to also press this in more to brighten these areas up. Let's finish the eyes actually. I'll let this sit. So I am using that first transition shade, and I'm gonna do just right under the eye. Next, I'm taking the Luxie brush that I was using earlier, but I'm going in with that second transition shade, and I'm just gonna put that right in the same spot. Now I'm just using that flat brush, and I'm going to take the dark brown and just press it on the lash line, but not all the way in, just halfway. I don't want it too dark because we did that technique here to open up the eye. I don't want to make it darker down here. I'm going to take the matte white that we were using before and on the inner corner. And I'm also bringing it down under the eye just a teeny tiny bit. Give a really open eye effect. And I'm going to take a clean blending brush and just blend it out right there. That's really it for the eyeshadow. If you want to add liner, you can. I'm not going to add any at all. I feel like it looks good how it is. I am going to put on some mascara, and I don't think I'm going to use these. I was going to. I don't think I want to now, but I do want to share them with you guys. So these are from the brand Kiss, and these are faux lash extensions, and they're just individual lashes, but they have a flat band, so it's a lot easier to apply. I think these are really cool. I kind of felt like they would be good for people with lash extensions in between fills to kind of fill in those spaces. And if you don't want lash extensions or you can't afford them but you want that look, I would highly recommend these over the not individual lashes. So I did want to share those with you guys, but I don't think I'm going to use them today. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of mascara, and then I'll be back and we'll finish off this look. So now I'm just going to buff this powder in. I'm going to clean up my brows a little bit more, and I'm also going to add in a little bit of hair strokes with the Ardell Stroke a Brow, which is $9.99. What did I just say? Which is $9.99 at Ulta. If you guys watch my videos, you know this is like one of my favorite brow products ever. And I'm also going to be using the Essence Clear Brow Gel. Okay, so fixed my brows up. They look great. Now I'm gonna just add some blush, highlight, you know, finish this off. For blush, I'm taking the e.l.f. blush palette, which I believe is also $6. I don't feel like checking, but yeah, mine has been like worn and torn. But I'm gonna take this nice fall warm blush color and put that on my cheeks. for highlight today, I'm taking the Wet n Wild Shimmer, what is this called? To Reflect Shimmer Palette in the shade Boozy Brunch. Take a skinny brush and use this on my brow bone, inner corner, and on my nose. Okay, I have two setting sprays that I'm going to use today. First, I'm taking the Mario Badescu facial spray. This is $7 from Ulta, and I'm just going to spray my face just because I look really powdery right now, and I want to melt everything into my skin. And then I like to take my sponge and just pat that all in. I'll just set everything real quick. I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is $9.99 from Ulta. And this is a really, really good affordable setting spray. Now I'm gonna do my lips. So for lip liner, I'm using this like really, really old Revlon lip liner in the shade Espresso. Honestly, just get a NYX dark brown lip liner. That's what I'd recommend. I didn't have one and I didn't go and buy one. This is my mom's. And I just needed a dark brown lip liner to line my lips with. And then I'm taking this ColourPop lippy stick in the shade Hollywood Boulevard. Bentley, say hi, baby. Rude. Okay guys, so this is the completed look. If you don't want to wear a dark lip with this look, you totally don't have to. You can definitely pair it with a nude or really any color because you're neutral on the eyes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.